Good morning, students. I welcome you all to a new class in physics today, children. If you remember, children, we were doing and solving the numerical problems of exercise 2C, in which we had solved 10 numericals. So, children, we are continuing in today's class with the 11th numerical problem. Here, to bring it to your kind attention, I would like to tell you that I was using the equations of motion to solve the numerical problems. Now we begin with the 11th numerical, children. I'm reading out the numerical for you. I want you to listen to it and solve with me. Okay, for convenience, to save time, I have already solved the numericals for you. Now, I'm reading the numerical, children. A body moves from rest. Children, we know that when body moves from rest, the value of u will be 0. Okay? And it has been given that the acceleration is uniform, but the value is not mentioned over here. You have been told that the body travels a distance of 270 meters in 3 seconds, right? You're supposed to find the velocity of the body traveled by the body in time 10 seconds, right? So, children, we are going to use the equation of motion s is equal to ut plus half at square here. Now, you can see that we know the value of s, the value of u is 0, t is 3 seconds, okay, because the distance 270 is covered in 3 seconds. Half, a we want to find out, and t square again 3 square, that is the value of a will be 60 meters per second square. You must see here we are finding out the value of a because without finding out the value of a, we won't be able to find out the value of v. It is understood because if I am using v is equal to u plus at, I need to substitute the value of a. If I even use some other equation of motion, v square minus u square is 2as, in that case also I need to substitute the value of a. So that's why I first found out the value of a. And I use the equation of motion v is equal to u plus at, substituting the values 0 plus a, which I have found out to be 60, into t10. Why? Because we are supposed to find out the v for time 10 seconds. Okay, so the answer works out to 600 meters per second. Right, children? Remember that sometimes we need to find some extra things in order to get the value which we actually are supposed to find out. Okay. Now we move on to the next question, children. I'm reading it out. A body is moving with a constant acceleration. This is the 12th, this is the 13th numerical. No, we are going to solve the 12th numerical problem, children. I'm reading it out. A body is moving with a constant acceleration and it travels a distance of 3 meters in 1 second and 8 meters in the next 2 seconds. So there are two sets of distances and time. You're supposed to find out the value of u and a. Children, we only have two variables. Even if we use s is equal to ut plus half at square, we don't know the value of a, we don't know the value of u. So therefore, two variables are unknown to us. So we'll just prepare an equation out of the two, right? Now when I get 3 is equal to u plus half a here in the first case, I want to get rid of this 2. I multiply the whole equation by 2. This is my equation number 1. Similarly, in the second case, you can see I can divide the equation throughout by 2. And this is my second equation. Now I solve these two equations simultaneously. And in simultaneous equations, children, when we subtract, what happens is the signs change and therefore the value of a is cancelled. From here, I can find out the value of u, right? That is 2 meters per second. And this value I will substitute in any one out of the two equations which I have obtained. And when I substitute the value of u, I will get the value of a, right? That is 2 meters per second square. So this is how I solved numerical number 12, right? Now we move on to numerical number 13, children. In numerical number 13, it has been mentioned a car is traveling with a uniform velocity of 25 meters per second in 5 seconds, right? This is the first part of the question. Later on, the brakes are applied and the body comes to rest. but it takes 10 seconds to come to rest. This is the second part. You are supposed to find out the value of distance traveled before brakes applied. That is, in the first case, and retardation has to be found out, and the distance after the brakes are applied, right? Now, first of all, when we want to find out the value of distance traveled before the brakes applied, we need to use the formula speed is equal to distance upon time. I know the speed, I know the time. I can find out the value of distance, and that is 125 meters before brakes are applied, right? After that, when I want to find out retardation, I will use V is equal to U plus 80. V is 0 for the retarded thing. Then U is 25, of course, and time is 10 seconds. Okay, because it takes 10 seconds to come to rest. And from here, I get the value of retardation. Naturally, it is negative acceleration, so it will be negative. But if I write retardation, it is positive because retardation itself is considered to be negative acceleration. Both are correct. When I write A, it will be negative 2.5 meters per second square, and when I write retardation, it would be positive. And thereafter, distance after the brakes are applied, definitely the equation will change to ut minus half at square because it is retardation, so this will become negative. And when I solve all this, the time will be taken to be 10 seconds. When I solve this, I will get the value of distance as 125 meters after the brakes are applied. Okay, children, so this is how you solve this numerical. The 14th numerical, I have just solved the first part of the numerical. Okay, I'll read out. There is a spacecraft which is flying in a straight course, and its velocity, initial velocity is 75 kilometers per second. It takes 6 seconds, for the rocket motors to be fired, right? And at the end of this time, the speed is 120 kilometers per second. You are supposed to find out the average acceleration. We will use the formula V is equal to U plus AT. The value of U and V we know, and T also we know. Okay, so I simply substitute the values and I easily get my answer of acceleration to be 7.5 kilometers per second square. So this is numerical number 14. Now I move to the last numerical of this exercise, which is slightly lengthy, but I want you to be very careful in understanding because it's slightly tricky. Okay, I'll read out the question. A train is starting from rest. Okay, now see, I have prepared a kind of a rough diagram in order to understand it. I'll represent it over here. A train is at rest. You can see I have put A0. There are 3 slots in this question. First of all, the first slot is train is starting from rest, right? And it has an acceleration of 2 meters per second square, right, in 10 seconds. This is the information for the first slot. Okay. Then in the second slot, it has been mentioned that the train maintains a constant speed. Okay. It continues to move for 200 seconds. Further for 200 seconds. Okay. And finally in the third slot, it has been mentioned that the brakes are applied. And when the brakes are applied, it gets retarded and it comes to rest, means V is 0, and it takes time 50 seconds. Okay, it takes time 50 seconds. Now, how to go about it? See, these values I have found out on my own, right? So let's go back. This is the information. Now, what are we supposed to find out? We are supposed to find out the retardation, the value of the speed in the first slot, final velocity in the first slot has to be found out. Retardation has to be found out, and the total distance traveled in the entire 3 slots has to be found out, and average velocity has to be worked out. So there are 4 things, children. First of all, in the first slot, we need to find out the final velocity. Then we are supposed to find out the retardation in the second slot, the total distance traveled combined for the 3 slots, and of course the average velocity also. Now first of all, children, I pick up the first slot where I know the value of U, A and T, and I can easily find out the value of V by using the formula V is equal to U plus AT. When I work out this, I get the value of V to be 20 meters per second. So this is found by me, right? This is found by us, I mean to say. Now when the value of U is 20 meters per second, in the second slot it has been mentioned that the train continues to move with that speed. So it means that the train continues to move with the speed of 20 meters per second, right? So we have A, T and V in the second slot, and we need to find out the value of retardation. So I'm going to use the formula R is equal to V minus U by T. Here what is the value of V? Children, I have made a small mistake over here. I am going to correct myself over here. Here the value of V will be 0 because it is coming to rest, right? And the value of U will be 20 because it is moving with that speed upon the time taken over here, children, is how much? Retardation takes 50 seconds. So divided by 50, right? So that will be 0 minus 20 upon 50. That would be minus 2 upon 5. Okay. Because it is retardation, I am going to use as a positive sign 0.4 meters per second square. Had it been acceleration, I would have written minus 0.4 meters per second square. So this is how I found out the value of retardation. Okay. Understood, children? So I have found out the value of V in the first slot. That is by using V is equal to U plus AT. I have U, A and T. I found out the value of V. In the second slot, I found out the value of R. Okay. By using R is equal to V minus U by T. Now, I need to find out the total distance. Now, first of all, I need to find out the distance for the first case or the first slot. That is S is equal to 3 times I'm going to use S is equal to UT plus half AT square thrice. In the first case, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, I get the value of distance traveled to be 100. Now in the second case, if I use UT plus half AT square, the value, it is moving with a constant speed, right? So there is no acceleration. So I can't use this because if I use this equation, A is 0, the whole thing will work out to 0. So what am I going to do in the second case? In the second case, I'm going to use the formula, simple formula, speed is equal to distance upon time. And here when I put the value of speed 20, distance I need to find out, time is 200 seconds, I get the value of the second distance to be 4000 meters for the second slot. Okay, and for the third slot again I use S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and using all these values, and remember children, it will be UT minus half AT. Why? Because in the third slot it is already retarded motion. So it is going to be negative, right? And the value of distance works out to 500. So the total distance will be 100 in the first case plus 4000 in the second case plus 500 in the third case, and that works out to total distance 4600 meters. Okay children, so this is how I work out. And last but not the least, I need to find out the value of average velocity, that is total distance upon total time. Total distance I've already calculated 4600 meters, and total time, if I look at these slots, the first time is 10 plus 200 plus 50. So that is 260 seconds. Okay, when I calculate, my average velocity is 17.69 meters per second. So this is the last numerical of exercise 2C. With this, I end with the numericals of exercise 2C. Okay, thank you children.